Amanda?
Yes,
Cool. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Very good. I've got this blocking my view. There we go. If I put this over here, can you still see my screen?
Yep, I don't really see a change. It shifted oh so slightly, but it's basically still the same.
Okay. This is showing weird. I'm going to take it down and put it up again. That's weird. This isn't showing the presenter's view.
I mean, it's showing correctly on my end from what it shows that you're sharing.
It's just not on my end. Hi, everybody.
Still no luck on that?
Ah, there. I just had the wrong, must have had two up. I don't know how that happens. Can you all see the screen? Where's the chat box? There we go.
Yes, they can.
Cool. All right. This is going to be an unusual one for you because it's not going to take a lot of time unless you have a lot of questions. And you may have a lot of questions. But before I get started, can I ask all of you if you had one topic that you could ask for a module on, what would it be? Just write it into the chat box. Mental health, hormone health, we've got those. As a matter of fact, we have a ton on mental health. Peer mentorship. Need to grow that. Chronic disorganization in health. You know what? We have a good one for that too. Immunity, we have that. Lifestyle changes. Do you know what that really is in each of the modules because we look at what the issue is and then what lifestyle changes need to be made. ADHD in adults. Thank you very much, Mary Beth. That is one that I wanted to add, and I'm going to write that down. I don't have peer mentorship either, and I think that would be good. That can be taught in all with burnout and fatigue. That's a good one. Over medication in seniors. Thank you, Francesca. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go through this. We'll answer questions, and then I have some other things to show you. I'm really excited. Metacognition, we've got, I'll have to look that one up, Mary Beth, because we have a lot of cognitive modules. I'm really happy with our mental health section on this. As a matter of fact, we've added a lot as we have been creating this. I keep adding modules to it. So since I started the health coach group, can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. First of all, this that you see on the screen is an actual template from Impact. And since I founded the health coach group, 12 or 13 years ago, maybe 14 by now, my goal has been to help you grow your business so that the results of all of your work would be multiplied, and then we could make a difference in more lives. So the more people we can help, the more people they help, and it just multiplies it so we can help millions of people. The more I can serve your needs, the more that you can serve the needs of your customers. And that's one of the things I feel strongly about this program, that it will do for you, because it gives you the ability to do things that you haven't been able to do without spending years on a program. So I've created and shared a huge variety of programs encompassing healthy habits. You guys know which ones they are, I'm sure a lot of you. Detoxes, weight loss, spiritual wellness, stress management, naturopathy, mental health, and creating healthy living spaces. And in spite of this diverse range, I realized that something was missing. And we've been talking about this for 2 or 3 years, about creating a personalized touch catering to the unique needs of each niche in the health and wellness community, because we have a lot of people working from as life coaches, some as health coaches. Almost always it falls into the wellness and lifestyle space. And this realization sparked a really good idea, I think, and a lot of you think too. And the answer to giving you what your special needs demand, and that's to provide you with customization and flexibility. And that's when this idea was born. It's a build your own modular course concept. It's envisioned as a broad offering for you, the health educators, to design courses that are tailored precisely to where your clients are and guiding them towards where they dream to be. So even though we may have 2 people working with middle-aged women, you may have some middle-aged women at the start of their transition, and some middle-aged women in the middle of their transition, and some middle-aged women there, and they just want to grow more. And so this helps you no matter what you're working in to fill those needs. And so we started out by compiling a comprehensive list of potential topics, and you guys helped with this in our Facebook group and with email returns when we were looking for names. So this wasn't just a list based on our expertise. It was a collaborative effort with you guys, and it's worked out really well. We reached out to the community asking for input and suggestions, and the response was overwhelming, which has been one of the great things about my business, or our business, since the very beginning, is the response that we get from all of you. And proof of the collective desire for more personalized health education. So our initial list grew to about 130 topics. And as we built Impact, and as everybody that works with me will tell you, I usually add a lot more in as we go. And so I took a few out, and because they were combined in others, and then we expanded our list as we went. And so we're going to be doing that on a continuous basis. We're going to be constantly adding modules to Impact. So today isn't just a product launch, it's a show of shared vision and continued pursuit of creating personalized education in the coaching sector. And I'm really excited to introduce Impact to you because it's a reflection of ingenuity, customization, and your success as health educators. So Impact is being presented to you today in the actual Impact template so that you can see exactly what your course will look like. This first page, see if we can get it up there. There we go. Is about you. You change out that picture, you put in your name, you tell your own story, and then you do a subtitle. But this is your bio on this page. Each program comes with a page that you can easily fill in and switch out pictures for your story to personalize the program. Impact offers tools and resources, including a starter pack and a wide selection of modules accompanied by comprehensive workbooks and social media graphics. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more. Each one of the modules has a disclaimer. You will want to go over this and personalize it for your needs, and maybe even have your attorney look at it to make sure that you've got all of the documents and statements to shield against liability. Impact extends beyond content creation alone. It involves maintaining sustained engagement, delivering value consistently across varied locations, and leveraging the opportunity to work with and impact lives globally. So all the while transitioning, I can't get that word out, to financially sustainable and location independent business model and education. It offers compelling content that is right for your audience. It offers you geographic flexibility. You can work from anywhere with it. And it also frees you from the financial model of hourly income. And you can work with it any way you want. We've talked about this before with the other programs. This does not mean that you can't do work with clients one-on-one or in groups, but this can teach people independently, or it can support that group work. So what's in the Impact? It has a starter pack with 3 topics, and this got moved around while we were creating. We were going to start out with values and goals and go to keeping track, and then it ends a period. Okay, what between 2 and 3, your modules go. And the introspection assessment and next steps is at the end of a period of time that you've been working on the module. So if you're working on, and I'm going to use at the end of this, I'm going to use the migraine module as an example. But if you're working on migraines, what you would do is you would put out the number 1 and number 2, setting up to win and keeping track, and then values and goals. Then you would put your your migraine module in there, and maybe stress and time management and sleep and nutrition and any other modules that you've selected that are going to fill the needs of your customer. And then at the end of that period, you'll put in that third one, introspection, assessment, and next steps. So 1 and 2 come first and 3 comes last. Topics, there's 8 categories: habits, nutrition, environmental, fitness, social, mind and emotions, conditions, and then other. Other encompasses faith-based wellness and some other things, and we'll look at the list of names in a second. Okay, the starter pack, well, all of the modules include a module, a workbook, and social media posts. The starter pack includes 3 modules, workbooks that go with the modules, and then 3 sets of social media posts. So that's the starter pack. The topics each contain 1 module, 1 workbook, and 1 set of social media posts. The modules educate, the workbooks allow the customer to come to their own conclusions and practice the ideas that were introduced in the modules. And the social media can be used either to promote your program or to, and I would use it for both. It can also be used in your groups or sending out or whatever to support the learning, so that you've got 3 different levels of learning there. By joining us during this sale period, you're not just getting early access to Impact, you're also investing in cost-effective solution for your course needs. This flexibility allows you to customize your courses with over 100 different modules, ensuring that your content is always fresh, relevant, and engaging. If things change, you just switch out modules, and you can always add more modules as you go. If you have an annual membership business model, this is perfect because you have a source of continuous content with a choice of different topics that your client will be interested in and will get them to the next win.
Quick question, Kathy. Are you wanting them to ask questions now or wait till the end?
Do you know what? This isn't very long. And so if they can write their questions down, we can answer it at the, we'll do it in the middle. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. And I can go back if it's with one particular slide, I'll go back to that slide and we can look at it. So the starter package goes into mindset, motivation, visions, values, and then finally goals and action steps. These modules don't miss a beat. It leads your client to a place where they're ready and they are engaged. These are the modules that we have so far. We've got the starter pack, keeping track, time traps, tracking, accountability, motivation, goals. I'm not going to go through this with all of them, but I do want to go through it with these 3 from the starter pack, because everybody wants a starter pack. And then once you have it, it will work for as many programs as you want. But then after that, you pick out your special modules. So this would be a one week or 1 time period of any program. Values and goals, this should be week 2 of any program, and it goes through, of course, the SMART goals, but it also goes through a lot of introspection of what their values are to make sure that the goals that they're setting align with their values. And then finally, this 3rd one, introspection, assessment, and next steps. This should be the final week of each program. You could also do it, and I'll show you a little bit later, if you're working with a longer term program like annual, you could start this over at the beginning of each quarter or each 6 months. It depends on how close you want to follow your customers, but you could run this over at the end of each time period. So that you're running it every 3 months or every 6 months, so that they can realign these things, because it's a moving system of transformation. So we've got tons of habits, and these, if you guys find, I had so much fun with that skincare one, and I think that one is exceptional. there's a lot of good information. We've always done a lot of beauty, but we always do it from a nutritional standpoint. And the skincare covers everything. So anyway, the habits are all important, and they usually will support a main topic. The habits will. Nutrition has grown. As a matter of fact, I think what I've got on these sheets, we've got probably 4 more, and they are on the sales page now. So you can see what they are. I think one was FODMAP, another one which isn't done yet. It's coming soon, and we'll have a lot that are coming soon because we're going to continue to add to it. But the other one is eating your vitamins. And the other one is done. Oh, no, I don't remember what it is. Amanda, do you have the sales page in front of you?
I don't, but I can pull it up.
But there's topics that are, I've been sitting on this raw food diet and expanded that too. And that was a lot of fun to work with on this. Environmental, color and light, sound and music, toxins. So we've got a lot of environmental, fitness. We'll be adding to that too. Social is kind of small. We've only got 3 topics: social relationships, social positive relationships, and then relationships and feelings for young adults. And there's a lot of young adults sprinkled in if you watch this. Mind and feelings. So we've got a ton of these. As a matter of fact, I think we're to number 29 with mind. We'll go to that page when we're done with this so we can look and see. But we've got a lot of really good. I know the last one I entered in here was mind body and how they're connected, and that's a great module. Conditions. So we go through a lot of conditions. We added to this one, we added foot pain, migraines, incontinence, and hormones. And then the other, we've got the faith-based ones, spiritual exploration for young adults, which is excellent. Alternative medicine, that's energy, and then another energy that's expanded more. And then essential oils, lifelong learning for young adults, and then money for young adults. And we do not have a money for old adults yet, but if there was a call for that, we would add that one too. So how to discern the number of modules you need. If you have a 7-day program and you release daily, you'll want 4 modules because you'll use 1 and 2 of the starter at the beginning and then 3 at the end. So that makes 7 for a week. If you have 12-day, I put not applicable, not applicable, not applicable under weekly, monthly, and because it wouldn't fit with 7-day. 12-day would be 9 modules plus the starter pack. 21-day would be 18 modules plus the starter pack. 1 month, I put these as non-applicable just because I don't recommend only releasing weekly for a 1 month. But that would be 27 modules daily. 1 quarter would be 81 modules if you did it daily. That's a lot of content for people to take in, though, for a quarter-long program. It would be 10 if you released weekly, 5 if you released bi-monthly, and then I wouldn't recommend doing 3 for 1 quarter. That wouldn't be enough. 6 month, we've got, I wouldn't do daily. That would be way too much for somebody to take in. So that one I did as non-applicable. 20 modules for weekly, 10 modules for bi-monthly. And then I wouldn't recommend monthly for 6 months because that's not enough. And the same thing for 3 quarters. But for the 3 quarters, if you do weekly, it's 30 modules. If you do it bi-monthly, it's 15 modules. And then 1 year, we've got 49 modules, which is what we do for our membership programs, and then 25 modules if you do it by monthly, and then 9 modules if you do it monthly. So that's, if you've seen that on the sales page, that's what all that means. We've taken into account the length of the course, the frequency of release, and then we subtract 3 release for the starter pack. So this is what it would look like. You would have the starter pack, which are these 3 here. Whoops, I went back. Hold on. Okay. And then the workbooks. Choose any, you have the starter pack plus choose any 6. That would equal a 6-month bi-monthly release. I did an example 1 and an example 2, breaking this down so that this would be, this top one would be if you ended each period. This is a 6 month. So if you ended the 3 months with values and goals from the or with the release moving forward, so you'd have the moving forward from the starter pack. At the end of this one, you'd have the values and goals and keeping track in the first one, and then you'd start over again with new values and goals. If you didn't want to do that, that would be example 2, where you have releases and values in month 1, and you have the last one in month 6. So you would not be releasing that starter pack at the end and the beginning of the period there. Our content is physician reviewed and approved, ensuring that you impart not just engaging, but also accurate and reliable knowledge. We've had thousands of health coaches use our content, and they've experienced good results. And our content is results driven. So we're looking for good results in what we're creating in each module. You can customize the content, you can brand it, and you can even change the name of it. You do not have to have the copyright on the modules. And it's pretty much, you can do anything that you want with it, except for you cannot resell it to other users. Okay, so right now we have the Black Friday special that we started early today just for you, so that if you get the impact with at least 3 modules and a starter pack, you get our launch bonus, which is incredible. It's 30 forms that are usable for coaches, and they are well thought out and well created. They even have a branding template, so that this little phone has it on there. That's your branding page that you can change out to fit your brand, and then follow that for everything that you do. There's contracts. Well, you know what? Let me go to the next page. I think I've got the information there. If not, I'll go to a page that does. There's a lot. Oh, here we go. There's 11 client related forms. There's 7 administrative and business forms. There's 4 legal and compliance documentations. There's 6 marketing and communication materials, which includes a newsletter and just a couple of things I can remember. The other thing is, that's really exciting, it's a trifold that you just go in and you switch it out really easy to make it yours. And there's a lot of other good things in that marketing. And then there's 2 continuing education and professional development trackers, which I think you're going to find very helpful to keep track of certifications that we all tend to collect, and then also events that we go to. So these are 60% off, plus there's the bonus of the free forms package. The regular price of the single modules will be $197 and they're $78 now. And then the starter pack is 3 modules. It's $357 normally, and it's $142 now. So now you can ask questions.
Martha wanted to know, is it social media graphics or the post copy too? And she said, regardless, this is great. She was just curious.
It's the social media graphics, but the social media graphics goes along, Martha, with everything that's in the module. So it'll be easy to follow through with the post content. That's a really good question.
Rachel asked when she will receive access. Rachel, you should have access to the starter pack already, but we sent an email with a form to select your modules, and I don't see that we've received one of those from you. If you can't find that email, just email support and I'll send you the form link. Martha asked, can we check out with these on the same checkout cart? She can't seem to put them on one. You can also email support on that if you're wanting the starter pack and the modules. And I can create a custom invoice for you.
Okay, so if they want both of them, they need to put it as through 2 separate orders, Amanda?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're 2 separate products.
We have to, you know what, I would put everything in a shopping cart type thing, but we do the finance plans and the membership stuff, and it's hard to combine the two and have them do it right. So that's why you have to do that. But anytime you want to buy more than one product and you don't want to go through and keep on filling out the forms, just let Amanda know in support and she can send you a custom invoice and you can just pay for it in one chunk.
And with the modules, you can select them all on the one order form. It's just the starter pack and the single modules can't be done without emailing support. Susan wants to know, do you need a particular platform such as Wix or WordPress?
No, not for these, because but you need to be able to release them, and there's a lot of different ways to release them. Just like any of the other programs, you can either mail them out, you can get our membership site, you can have a practice management site like Healthy, or what's the other one, Practice Better. Healthy has all of our programs and loads them for you, and we load them for you on the membership site.
They do not
And
have this one yet.
pardon?
They do not have this one yet.
Oh yeah, Healthy does not. They will though soon. So the easiest way right now, if you want to release it tomorrow, would be to mail it out, or to that would be the best way. We'll have it. Do you have it? You don't have it on the membership site yet, do you, Amanda?
Uh, there are some on the membership site, yes.
Okay, so you can get them on the membership site too. Good question. Support at thehealthcoachgroup.com. You know what? If you want a shortcut, you can go to our website and you can just hit customer support at the top of the page, and it'll give you a form to fill out to send it there. Otherwise, it's just real easy, support at thehealthcoachgroup.com.
And if anybody hasn't received theirs or hasn't filled out the form yet, just make sure to email support and I can remedy that for you.
Do you have any other questions?
Not currently.
Okay, I'm going to.
Oh, wait. Martha wants to see the slide with the number of module or the how many modules, I think, per the length. Yeah, that one.
We have this on the sales page too.
And Sylvia asked if the sale starts today. And yes, the sale is active on the site right now.
Good question.
Francesca would like to know how much VA time does it take to get it installed on a membership page?
Do you know, Amanda?
That would depend entirely
Yeah,
on
the
how many
size.
modules and how frequently it's released and all that stuff.
You know, if you do an NHI type presentation with 40, 50, what's that, 52 modules, then it's going to take a long time. If you get a 12-day program, it's not going to take as long. Okay.
Mary Beth asked, does the wearables include Woob? I'm not sure what that is or what she's asking.
Can you rephrase that question? Francesca, it depends on your program. And you know what? I can answer that better by showing you I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to show a different screen now. Hold on just a second. This takes somebody that's a lot more technical than me. Okay, let's see. Share screen. And I want to show.
Mary Beth, whatever that link is, that's not anything we've incorporated into any of our programs.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the migraine module. Which if I get migraines, and if I would have had this 10 years ago, this would have saved me so many days of pain and unproductiveness and missing out on things, just because it's so helpful. So we have the table of contents, and there's each title and then the what's included in each topic. And as we go through, we see things that are relevant to this topic. So here we've defined migraines. We've talked about the quality of life with migraines. We talk about the importance of diagnosis and treatment. Then we talk about types of migraines, migraine triggers and symptoms. And then this is where we as lifestyle supporters step in. So these would be your topics that would support your main thing would be stress, hormonal change, foods and additives, beverages, sensory stimuli, sleep changes, physical factors, environmental changes, medications. And then we've got symptoms, which I don't think that there's anything in here that you need to find a module for. But all of those that I told you before that were triggers would be things to get modules on. Conventional treatment options, we don't worry about that because that's the doctor's field. But the nice thing about doing it this way is we show what the scope of practice is for doctors and what they are for the health coach, and these strengthen the role of the health coach and the doctor here. So here we've got natural prevention strategies, and we've got food or triggers. We have hydration and nutritional balance. Both of those can be topics that you add on. Supplements, lifestyle modifications, which is exercise, and stress management and sleep hygiene, and then complementary therapies. And then the role of the neurologist and the role of the health coach. Then there's a story about somebody and what they did to get better. And then integrative treatment approaches. So this is really thorough. making a plan and monitoring and adjusting, building a support system. How to find a neurologist, support groups and online communities, a holistic approach. And this is really just a summary here. And then they can go on to their workbook. This is an attaboy, and then go on to your workbook. So that's one module. And that's if I was doing a migraine program, I would go back here and I would find the lifestyle changes and the triggers, and that's what I would focus on.
Martha wants to know, so if we buy X number of modules now, can we always come back and get more? Just not
Yes.
at this price.
Yes. And, that's my idea, is that you can continue. You will never run out of material content that you can, especially if you've got like a membership where you need to constantly have information for them. You can always come back and get something that is applicable and add it to it. For Inner Circle members, I think 3 of these modules will be the equivalent of a free standard program at the break, each year's break. So this expands the choices that you have as Inner Circle members too.
Martha also would like to know, if she buys 10 now, and this is a good question, do I have to pick which 10 I want right away, or can I start with a few and then add as I figure out which I want according to how it is going with my audience?
It depends on the time span. I would say, you're going to have me set up all the rules here.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I think that that's a good idea, Martha. We couldn't do it indefinitely, but I would say probably 6 months could be our limit. How would that be? Would that be doable for you, Amanda?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, Martha says that's awesome. And she also says these modules are beautiful.
Thank you. I think they're wonderful. I think they're nice and minimalist, and they go with everything. I mean, they're pretty and simple. And I think they'll be easy for people to read, to go through.
And Mary Beth asked, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead now. Well, if you want to present these as a video, you could go through and just talk over the modules as you can do it in something as simple as Zoom. If you set up a meeting for yourself and then record it, you can go through and talk and then take is it an MP4, Amanda?
Yes.
Take the MP4 and that's your video for your class. We didn't do videos for these because we wanted to keep the price reasonable, but also because a lot of you like to do the videos yourself. That would also give you a audio that you could offer too.
That's also why we didn't include emails with this, because the email will kind of depend on what your program is about.
Right. Because you want to talk about next steps and
right.
But you know what, that would be, that's going to be our first thing that we add to the Inner Circle. It was in Wednesdays. We're going to add a form a month to the Inner Circle. And our first one will be a supportive email for a program that you can customize.
We have 2 questions still. Mary Beth wants to know what the 10 most current modules.
They're all current. These are new.
Amy would like to know, how about presenting them in a workshop? Although I think you kind of just answered that. Or do you mean like a live in-person workshop? These would work well for a live workshop too.
Well, yeah. And you know what, if you wanted to use this for an introduction to sell your program, you could just take snippets out of it and show that. I'm not sure what the point of the workshop is, if it's a workshop to teach a topic, then of course you could do individual workshops with each one of the different modules. They would be perfect for that. And that's a good idea.
That was it for the questions so far.
Okay, we got through migraines. This is the sales page, and I'm going to show you that this shows. Oh, here we can look at what we've added on to nutrition. We added FODMAP, eat your vitamins, which isn't done yet. That's a coming soon one. And then nutrition, do your own meal planning is ready. That was the last one. Fitness, we didn't add anything to, I don't think. Environmental, nothing to. Okay, we have added a little bit to the mind, and we did the last one was mind body connection. Conditions, we added a lot to that, and I told you about that. So those are the choices right now. I made sure those were all up to date. There's some examples so you can look at it underneath. This is the table that you looked at on this call, and it shows how many that you need for a period of time. And then it shows that example 1 and example 2. Sometimes, though, when you look at these, it's hard to understand what we're trying to get across. And so that's why I wanted to cover that. What else?
One thing to mention, all of the social media graphics, we do also give you Canva template links.
Right. So you can go in and you can adjust them. None of them are personalized. None of them have our logo on them, but they each have the impact logo on that. So if you change the name of the program, you're going to want to change that on the social media. Just go in and switch out that name. Here's one just to be an example. That's a social media post. And that goes to the first one that we, or the second one where we're looking at values, impact. Does anybody have any other questions? I think I've covered everything, but I want to make sure that you understand it.
And if you have suggestions for modules after this, feel free to email them to support. We always love suggestions.
Yes. No more questions? Okay.
No, I think you, actually, hang on one sec. Mary Beth, I think that's who posted, but she said, so just thinking outside of the box, we could mix and match modules and then actually offer it under an umbrella of different courses and programs.
I'm trying to find that question. Okay. That's Martha's question. We could mix and match.
I scrolled down. I didn't see the name. All I saw was MB and I thought it was Mary Beth, but nope, you're right, Martha Brown.
Yes, Martha, you're right. Thank you for asking that. You're very right. If you had like any of the habits, if you bought all of the habits and then you picked a couple of nutritions and then you went to topics like aging in place or nature and daily life, or let's see, let's go to these right here, the conditions. Say that you've got liver health and you've got this list, just like what we looked at the migraines. If you did one on liver, if you did one on gut health, if you did one on foot pain, migraines, a lot of these go back to inflammation, but they'd also go back to these habits too. Whoops, where's the habits? They'd also go back to the habits. And then a lot of the mental health also supports everything. I went too fast. Yeah, the mental health supports everything. If you go into depression, there's probably 20 supportive And if you already have the module for a migraine program, then you just copy the module and pull it over to your depression one. That's a really good question. Thank you for asking it, Martha.
Susan wants to know, can the modules be combined with other programs that they already own from us?
Yes, yes. And we're discontinuing, it shows it on the site now, but we're discontinuing the supplemental programs, the ones where there's just one topic, and moving them into impact. And those work perfect for expanding on programs. Originally, our very first program, that's why we started those supplemental programs, because we found that having the modular option gave you a better ability to fill your customers' needs. So yes, that's a great suggestion, great question.
And Martha said this would be perfect to put together an offer to her audience at the end of the 6-week healthy holidays. Oh,
Yes.
she's going crazy. She said that it could be a bonus module for programs. She said her marketing brain is going now.
Good for you, Martha. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Yeah. These can be used in a lot of different ways. If you look at the different things we talked about today, you're not only having the ability to create one program, you're having the ability to create a series of programs. You have the ability to create a membership. You could do a workshop. You could use this for corporate wellness, where you're offering one topic at a time to the workforce. You could offer this by pulling out one from this and adding it to an existing program that you have, because you feel like you need, a little bit stronger on this topic or that topic. As we wrote these, I have a tendency to want to grow things. So as I wrote some of these, I wanted to do a whole program on it. And you do a program and you can only include so much before you overwhelm people. So this is ideal for all of that. Thank you for bringing up those things. I should have had those listed in there. You could also pull one out and use it as a marketing tool for an entire program or an entire membership. Okay, so we've got Mary Beth. I knew this was yours before I rolled all the way up.
She's given us lots of potential topics. If you can, email that list to support, because I'll probably lose it once we close the Zoom.
Yeah, you know what? We've got a lot of those too. She's got Is Leaky Gut Real? I would love to do. We've got one on leaky gut. I think I've already started working on that one, where we're talking about leaky gut, and the doctors have a different name for it now than leaky gut. Compassion seasonal eating, sustainable foods, food for mood, environmental toxins. We do have sustainable foods built into a lot of our nutrition ones. And then environmental toxins, we have a module right now that's available on environmental toxins. Biohacking, we probably have information on that, but coming from that approach, we could definitely do. As a matter of fact, are you going to write these down? These are good ideas. Neuroplasticity is good. Money for adults, self-worth and equals net worth. Brain food. She's even coming up with the names. Brain food. We do have one on brain food. Metacognition, awareness or analysis of one's own learning or thinking processes. Metacognition research. We do
lots
have,
of good ideas. Definitely send those to support.
yeah, those are nice, Mary Beth. Thank you. We have some of them, but we do not have all of them, and they all look good, so I would add them. I'm really excited about this one. I know I'm always excited about every program, but I think this one you just can do anything with, and you can, if anybody needs help, you can find a way to help them with this.
Martha's already on it.
Good
Susan
work,
asked if
Martha.
we have anything about Parkinson's or any other movement disorders.
We have in one, Parkinson's is taken into consideration. I'm going to have to figure out which one that is. That's under conditions. I'll look and I'll email you, Susan, and tell you.
We don't have one specifically on just that, though.
No, but it's included really strongly in one. So let me look and find it. No,
And Francesca's asking about stem cell research, or another has asked about cancer survivors.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Cancer,
everybody, please email these to
yeah,
support. These are all really good ideas.
yeah, cancer survivors. And you know what, that reminds me too, because my husband is a cancer survivor, the caretakers module, that would be under
Um,
self-care too. But
Mary Beth, we will have the replay of this available. I'll post it in the groups too.
yeah, caretakers are undervalued and under recognized. Yeah. You guys are a lot of help. See, I'm telling you, this community is great. We get your feedback and it helps us to know what you need, and we can do it. We have one on eye health. That's a good one, Sylvie. Sylvie just had eye work done. We did one, but we didn't do full information on eye. We could have an entire module on eye health. I got the best list now. We'll do them
We're going
too.
to have like 300 programs or modules by the time it's all said and done.
I like that, Mary Beth. Body liberation to fight the pressure of thinness. You know, that was one thing when I was working with that AI. I asked for health coaches, and they had the health coaches come up being too thin, and I had them add 15 pounds at a time. We were at 75, and the person that they were illustrating was still underweight. Deconstructing cravings is good. Are you making a list of these?
We will have a chat transcript, but if people can email them to support too, that would be super helpful.
Function psychiatry. We have, I'm going to roll this up so you guys can see the mental health ones too. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Grief, what we control, which is a big one. Balance, trusting
Yeah,
the
I think a
journey.
module on ADHD and ADD would be really good.
I have had that on my list because more and more people are being diagnosed with that, especially adults now.
Yeah, my niece was just diagnosed as an adult with ADHD.
Trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah, trauma would be a good one. We're going to be busy.
PTSD. I know.
Yeah, PTSD, you know what? We started to create another brand for a lighter life. A lighter life is great for PTSD, but having one individually for PTSD and this as a module would be incredible.
Martha said, I know you have self-care and time management by adding in a module with self-care in a busy day in less than 5 minutes or
Oh
something
my
like that.
gosh.
So maybe like overall health in 5 minutes or little things you can do or yeah, something along those lines.
A 5 minute self-indulgence. Yeah, good ideas. You guys are full of good ideas. Treating the causes, not the symptoms. You know what, we do that a lot in these. Is we talk about that, but then also we talk about the cause. We talk about the what we can do with lifestyle, and then in some of these we talk about how you can work between the health coach and your doctor. Thank you, Martha. You added a lot to the call. I appreciate it. Do we have any other questions? Thank you. We
Constipation.
appreciate you too. Yes, there is one on constipation. Oh, is it in there yet? It's on my list. That's one of them that isn't listed yet. Oh, I'm in mind and emotions, conditions, migraines, incontinence, hormones.
I didn't remember seeing one on that, but
You know
maybe
what? I
I'm
wrote something on it. It is probably in a gut health one. But I would like to do one on, well, it'll be in FODMAP too, but we'll do an individual one on constipation and diarrhea. I got a hold of Mayo Clinic's uh what do you call it? It's their sheet on step to step what you do to diagnose each one of those things and treat it. We have one on
back pain.
backache. There's one on back pain. Yep. C14.
Oh, yep. Neuropathy.
That's a good one. Yeah, and where we're doing is we're not going out of our scope of practice with these conditions, because we're showing what is in our scope of practice and what we'll do to work with the customers and what is in the doctor's scope of practice. So we're working to keep you in the lane that you belong to and
Legally
safe.
safe.
Yes. Okay, and then, oh, you know what else I wanted to do was talk a minute about as long as everybody's still on, those forms. And where do I have the best picture of a bunch of the forms? Amanda looked at them too. Let's see. Oh, I know. Let's look at the Black Friday. Black Friday started today too with the this call. So I
Yeah, if
have
anybody's interested or has been thinking about a platinum, it's seriously the best price we've had in a really long time on that.
only 4 people can do it though, because we can't
Right.
afford to do that for more than 4. Okay, so we've got contracts and we've got agreements. One's more formal than the other so that you can pick out which one's more comfortable for you. We've got this really cool one to do your branding. That's the pretty stuff that I like. And then we've got business plan according to Small Business Association. There's a form for that. There's expense and income forms. There is Amanda, do you remember what there's like 5 or 6 spreadsheets on there, and then the rest all go into Canva. There's assessments. We've got a midterm assessment and then an easy
Marketing
onboarding.
and social media planners,
Yeah, marketing and social media planners that are really good. We
progress tracking, goal setting, contract.
Yeah. there's a ton of stuff in here, and they're all for free for anybody that buys programs, and that includes Impact this right now, starting today. Oh, and the marketing stuff is great too. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And if you have any other questions that we did not get answered on here, send them to support.
So Susan wants to know if the form package is available for those who purchased in the pre-sale.
No, but if you get more modules, they are. And if you get a program, they are. They're for just this time period only. You guys got a lower price too for the pre-sale. There are a lot of interesting choices, Mary Beth.
And we've got a lot more now to add to it.
Yeah, we're going to be working for a long time. I'm glad though. I'd rather work on things that you guys know that you want than on things that we think that you want. So, all right. Thank you. And everybody have a wonderful week. I guess one day left. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.